Market Mayhem Mystery Box Fun episode. So we've got some fun things to show you. Happy Girl Mantra went to the farmer's market without me, so I couldn't see what was going on. It's a complete surprise. And when I came in today, she showed me what we got to work with, so I had like at least a little bit of a head start to like come up with some ideas in my brain. But this is the first time I'm seeing it today. So I got some fun mushrooms that she got. She got some lion's mane, some shiitake, some oysters. We have some fun heirloom tomatoes. We have some great red tomatoes, red potatoes looking. I've also brought my own ground lamb. We're going to make some ground lamb skewers. We started off with a little hummus plate earlier while we were on Happy's Twitch stream. We were just kind of doing some light prep work, and I put out a little hummus plate so we could snack and prep and chat and have some fun on her Twitch stream, which we're still live on now. We just came back to, but now we're live on YouTube and Facebook as well for the official Chef Beardman Live featuring Happy Girl Mantra Food Mayhem Extravaganza from the farmer's market, guys.
All the foods.
All the foods.
So many foods.
What we're doing today is just a bunch of fun, random stuff. I've got no preconceived notions in my head about what I was going to do. Once I saw these things, I thought I might do a nice like heirloom tomato salad with the garlic scapes. Might do some roasted mushrooms and potatoes to go along with the lamb skewers. And then I did make a chocolate mousse cake for our girl over here because she loves and requested a chocolate mousse cake.
Because I can do dairy now.
Yay! And she got some cherries from the farmer's market too that I have macerating in the fridge, and we're going to make a nice little compote to go on top of that chocolate mousse cake too. Mm-hmm. So let's just go ahead and dive on in, and I'll start making the salad. I don't know if we've got, looks like we've got us.
2 people watching, yep.
But whenever you guys join in, we're a little bit early still, so when we hit the real time, I'll do another like proper introduction. But we're just, you know, here hanging out a little bit right now beforehand.
Relaxing, all cool. Shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
Oh yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air time.
Oh yeah. What is like fresh OD time? How about that? You know, because like, do you have food for me? Where is this food, Mom? It's ridiculous. Need snacks.
Miss you, Uncle Phil.
Rest in peace.
Okay. So, Happy got these beautiful heirloom tomatoes, and I think it's only right that we make a nice, delicious summer tomato salad with them. You know, so we're just going to do a little cutting on these guys. We're going to keep it nice and chunky. You want to be able to get the bite off the tomato. You don't want to have it in little pieces when you're doing a tomato salad.
Want all the chunkies.
Kind of like panzanella style chunk, but minus the bread because we don't do bread here, like at least like with gluten in it.
Yeah, no.
Although I did send Happy Girl this link to this new gluten-free bakery that came up in our area. And it does look pretty mad dope, guys.
It does.
They got baguettes, they got like donuts, they got all the like regular, you know, bakery stuff, but all in gluten-free varieties that look pretty tempting on film at least. We'll have to go out in person and see if it's lives up to all the hype.
Indeedy. Is that big enough?
No. Let me,
This one?
Yes. Beauteous. Happy Girl Mantra with the assist as always, yo.
Coming in clutch.
She's got my back all the time, guys.
And he's got my tummy.
The perfect sous chef always anticipates the chef's needs before the chef needs it.
Yes,
so if I were to give her a rating, I'd give her 3 Michelin stars as a sous. So
let us know in the chat how audio is.
Yeah, I think we're officially live. We've got 2 people sitting in the chat with us already.
Got 4 people.
Well, I think 2 of them, one's your TV and one's that iPad.
Yeah, we got 4 total.
Okay, so yeah. So welcome to everyone that's joining us right now. Awesome to have you with the stream. Chef Beardman Live here once again. We're doing the Farmers Market Mystery Box Mayhem episode. Like I was saying earlier, when we were just, we went live like a couple seconds ahead of time, and I was just giving a little exposition saying that I just saw the stuff that Happy got from the farmer's market and made my selections from said basket and made a little menu in my own head about what we're going to do tonight. So I said we had these fresh heirloom tomatoes, so we're going to do a little heirloom tomato salad. I've got these beautiful red potatoes. We'll do a herb roasted red potato in the oven with some bacon and some bacon fat. I've got some ground lamb right here, and
I got a present, and it's adorable, and I love it. Thank you so much. His mom made it. It's an emotional support cactus. I could take it out and hug it. Right?
Yes, it's the best.
Thank you.
So I'm going to get these cucumbers to go with our salad too, guys. And I think I'm going to yoink a little bit of this hummus while I'm doing
yeah,
that.
let me get a yoink too.
And
just like one yoink. That was no yoinks for a puppy dog.
I mean, you know, the crowd probably wants to see it, so we'll give the viewers what they want.
Some baby bacon.
Everyone wants to. They want to watch Odin mow down on that bacon.
I mean, me too. I took a video of him while I was repotting and planting my herbs out on the balcony. And I just put the camera like under his chin, so it's just his little underview, just watching me.
Oh.
Look at you, Odie. He is so like in.
You're into it, aren't
you? Like, yeah. So what do we do?
It's like, what are you doing?
You guys have to see his little peeps.
Crazy good.
Like, he's so into it.
So I've got the tomatoes and cucumbers in here with a little. I salted my tomato ahead of time just to get the to draw the flavor out of the tomato. I always like to give the tomato a little salt marinade. You know, just salt the tomato and then let it sit for about like as long as you can stand. You know, at least 10 minutes if you can be that patient, but you know, 15, 20 is even better. You're kind of just like drawing out all that tomato extra moisture, and you're making it extra tomatoey. If that makes sense.
Odin's licking his chops, so it makes sense to him. He's like, "Oh, you're making it delicious. I like this."
Like that's the best part. He's like, just remember, no, not too much salt for me because I don't like high sodium stuff.
Yeah, and then he'll drink all the water.
Right. Okay, so he just put some fresh mint in there, and I'm gonna grab one of these radishes that I told Happy Girl that I was done grabbing, and I'm like, haha, I'm grabbing one more.
We got some beautiful French radishes, so they're like this gorgeous long radish. And then we got some sour Japanese turnip. Super tasty.
These guys right here. I mean, I thought that they were a different kind of, I thought they were like baby daikon radishes when I was cutting them. But these things are like the most mild, beautiful tasting root vegetable I've ever had.
Yeah, they were delicious. They just looked so gorgeous. Just, oh. You shared the picture, yeah.
Refer to my Instagram post for the picture of that in its whole form. Or actually, you know what? I can accommodate the fans. So, look at those guys. We'll get a extreme close up. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, those are little turnips, guys.
They're so cute. They're like the shape of a Russian nesting doll.
Right. And we just got the roots setting in a little shallow pan of water just to help them stay super fresh.
No?
So I'm squeezing some lime juice on there. And we're going to go for the double acid on our salad because we like the complexity of 2 acids in our salad. So I'm going to add a little bit of this balsamic apple cider vinegar.
With some cherries to put in that too?
What's that?
The cherries that I left? Oh.
Sure. Let's we'll put a couple on top. That way we make sure we don't miss them.
Are we gonna eat all at once again?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna let that have a chance to marinate and do its thing. So I wanted to show you this thing that I got at Esch's near me.
Ooh. Virgin almond oil. Interesting.
A little extra virgin olive oil on that salad, guys, to go along with our vinegar and lime juice. A little more salt for the other vegetables that we put in there.
Medium high, so
you can cook with it, but you can finish with it too.
Yeah. Interesting.
Right? And guess how much that bottle was?
$5.
$1.60.
Ooh.
That's just got some deals, yo.
You know, it smells like my sweet almond oil.
Right. But it's just a food grade version. Which, I mean, you could use on your skin too because it's food grade technically, so.
Yeah. Interesting. Have you tried it yet? Cooking with it?
No, I just opened it up today. I was saving it just in case. I wanted to show you and get your approval first because I wasn't sure because it's a nut oil. I wasn't sure how that would fly in your circle.
I've never heard of it, so I don't even know. I'd have to do some research to see if there's any, you know.
Because I mean, it's not a seed oil, you know, but it's still a pressed nut oil.
Yeah. So
I wasn't sure how that would do for you in your food reaction type stuff.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see because I know avocado.
Right. We figured that one out, didn't we? The hard way.
And I'm figuring out too that Chipotle, they use rice bran oil.
Yes, they do.
And it's not good for you.
No. So.
But the Post has gluten-free chicken, so I'll just start eating there.
Oh, right. So Happy Girl got these beautiful garlic scapes from the farmer's market, and it's the tops of the garlic bulbs when they're growing, and before the garlic bulbs die off, while these are still fresh, they harvest them. But sometimes they'll just let these grow out and brown out, and then that's when they know that the garlic bulbs down below are ready for harvest. So I'm just kind of going to get in the middle and get to the fresh part of these guys instead of like the woody end tips. And we're just going to get to the good part, and that's going to be a little fun garlicky hint that we're going to put there in our salad.
Yum, yum, yum.
Nice light garlic, you know, not too heavy, but still fresh garlic flavor.
Not chasing away vampires.
Right. Unless you're chasing away those nasty energy vampires in your life.
Mm-hmm. Then no problem. It looks like it's just us, Jared, and Mama.
Heard that.
For now.
Hey, at least Mom got to see you enjoy the cactus.
You're so cute.
So we got our little cuts right there on our garlic scapes. We've got everything set up with our salad over there, guys, for when we're ready to rock and roll with that, guys. And then I think you remember when we made some lamb skewers last time, but we're just going to flip the script and the recipe a little bit. And we're going to do some bacon wrap a bacon wrap version of those skewers this time. So that'll be super fun. I'm just gonna give it a little wipe
Finally
down.
stopped eating the bacon.
What's that?
I finally stopped eating the bacon.
You only got like 3 pieces in, I think.
Oh yeah, because then I realized we needed them for later. I made a whole tray of bacon, candied bacon with the leftover sugar from, I can't remember what episode that was, 5?
Right, yep.
And I told myself that I was going to use it as like my pre-workout for the gym. It's, protein and bacon and sugar. Protein and bacon. Protein, fat, and sugar. Good,
pre-workout
for the gym, yeah. And I don't think I packaged them, I think 4 strips to a bag, and I don't think that the bags lasted 2 days.
They didn't survive to the gym.
They were supposed to be 4 or 5 days worth of
snacks, pre-workout, and then it turned it out into a daily snack.
It just turned into, I'm just gonna eat all of this now.
I love bacon. So I had a whole bunch of I had some red bell peppers, some green bell peppers, some shallot, some garlic, some oregano, some thyme, some mint, and also some sage, and some salt, and some garam masala that we're mixing up into our ground lamb right now, making skewer meat, and I'm sure we'll have enough for like a couple patties afterwards too, so Happy Girl can have a couple of protein patties for maybe a pre-workout later if they survive that long. If not, we know what happened to them. At least she enjoyed them.
I mean, I have a cake I need to focus on, so those will probably last till tomorrow. And then they'll be great for after the gym and on my way down to Denver.
Right.
Little travel patties.
Travel patties. Okay, so we got our skewers like last time, guys, and we're just going to make our little kebabs. And we just form it around the skewer.
Odie is so intently watching. He's like, wow.
He's like, so that's simple, meat right there.
That's fascinating. He's like, and then when do you skew it into my face? There you go. Very scholarly. It's like, I do not need to see.
And we'll do that another time.
Ooh.
We got people in the chat now.
Jared in New York has 4 pounds of chicken marinating for skewers tomorrow.
Nice. Getting some summertime grilling in.
I think he's got a house to himself. His parents go off to the lake.
Nice.
And so then he gets to have the house to himself. And nice, because then he gets the whole kitchen.
Right.
Otherwise, you got to share it with people.
Yeah.
Disgusting. I do want to share my kitchen.
No,
I'll share it with you, though, Chef, because you make such delicious food.
For the most part, unless if I'm dealing with a novice that doesn't know what they're doing in the kitchen, then I'd rather just you leave it to me and let me just do my thing. But if you have some skills to pay the bills, then I'll let you throw down with me in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
And Happy Girl Mantra has those skills to pay the bills, guys. She knows how to throw down.
Almost was going to surprise Chef today and be like, I'm going to cook for you. But I was doubting my skills.
You don't have to doubt those. Your skills are awesome.
Thank you.
So we're just going to put this extra meat over here for later, guys, now that we've made our skewers. And I'm going to reach in here and grab the thing that's going to take these to the next level.
Bacon!
That's right. And my gloved hands might not be able to open this package, which will be hilarious.
Jordan's like, oh my gosh, really? I'm gonna come up there. I'm gonna have to come up there. I'm gonna have to Joe McHale it.
I'm
Just
coming
hop
up.
over.
You're hopping over the table?
Like I'm about to. I'm showing restraint.
So we're doubling down on our protein here, guys. We're doing pork and lamb together. A match made on the farm.
Mm-hmm. Fatty meets lean and gamey.
Right. It'll get nice and crispy on the outside. We got our pan already back there getting
I hear
warm.
it clicking away.
Okay, so we got that all set up. I'm going to put a little bit of, this is where we find out. Oh no, I have my garlic and shallot oil. That's what we were going to use.
I'm stealing bacon. I thought these were going to wrap the skewers.
No, I'm using that in the potatoes.
Okay. I'm stealing 2 bacons.
No, it's okay. Steal 2 bacon. Okay, we just swish our oil. You want to give me a switch over to the pan?
3, 2, 1, cooktop.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drop our skewers in 2 at a time. And we're going to let those get all nice and cooked up, guys. Move that out of the way so you can get the view. Actually, I'm going to switch over to this one. Turn that off. Put you guys in on the action over here.
We just need to activate smell-o-vision.
One day we'll have smell-o-vision, guys, and I can share with you all the fun smells that go on an episode of Chef Beardman Live. But until then, you're just going to have to take our word for it that it smells great up in this bee.
Mm-hmm.
Just put our bacon back. So we're just going to let those work. I'm going to put my spices back. Got a lovely tomato herb salad, like I said earlier. We're cooking up some lamb skewers. I'm going to go ahead and get the potatoes going so we can get those in the water and get them poached, and then we'll do a roast on them. I might only need 1 potato. We'll see what happens. And I'm going to cut our pieces of potato into kind of like a hash brown square because I want to quicken that cook time by keeping the cut small. If you ever find yourself in a situation, guys, where you're pressed for time, the larger the chunk, the more time it takes to cook. The smaller the chunk, the less time it takes to cook.
Surface
So
area.
you can, a couple extra seconds with the knife can translate into extra minutes that you're saving on your cook time.
Mm-hmm. I personally like to shred
Yep.
my
Do a
potato
little-
if I'm in a hurry to make it. Shred it, squeeze it out in some salt water, pop it in.
You can try to do a nice potato roasty like Dave Chang tried to do on an episode, but he burnt it and shredded his potatoes way too soon before he made it and let the potatoes brown out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was not appeasing.
He even called himself out for doing it too early.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with potatoes, guys, is that they oxidize. Once the oxygen hits the flesh of the potato right there, I mean, it'll brown out really quick on you, and it won't look as nice and bright and beautiful as it did before. So you can either stave that off by, keeping it in lightly acidulated water, just squeeze like half a lemon into a full container of water and just keep your potato in there. And that's enough the citric acid in the lemon will keep you from getting all that brown film on your potato. But don't leave it in that acid water too long, or else that will affect the flesh of the potato and turn it mushy.
And you don't want a mushy potato.
No.
Gross.
Not unless you're doing mashed potato and you're doing it on purpose.
Yes.
So we've got our pot right here that we're going to throw our taters into. And nope, I'm good. I was thinking about throwing something else in there, but I don't want to. And I'm just getting enough water just to cover them, guys. I'm not looking for like a full, like a full pot of water here. I just want to get that up to a boil as fast as I can. And you don't need a lot of water it's not pasta. You don't need a lot of water to cook the potato.
No. You're going to be here for a minute or back there?
Let's give this a flip and see how they're doing, and then we might switch back. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, give that a flip. And then we got potatoes working, we've got lamb working, we've got tomato salad working. I'm gonna snag one of those turnips and dip it into our hummus.
Mm-hmm.
Snack on that guy. So let me show you this ahead of time, guys. We got a
cake,
fun chocolate mousse cake that I made right here. Actually, I'm going to put the other one in the freezer because we're not going to dip into it.
Okay.
So why not save it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, keep its integrity anyway.
Does it have to stay frozen?
You'll want to serve it semi-frozen.
Okay, so it'll live in there.
Like whenever you're done with it, like grabbing whatever slices you want to put it back in the freezer.
Okay. And
then just kind of slice frozen. You don't have to let it defrost if you don't want to. You can melt right into it after you slice it, yeah.
Like a cakesicle?
I ain't judging you.
Popsicle? He's not going to judge us. He's like, I'm going to judge him.
I'd judge you if you wouldn't. You're not doing it that way.
He's like, oh, my favorite thing, chocolate. My favorite thing, you can't have chocolate. Mmm. Ooh.
There's some
perfect mousse. Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put that back in the freezer too. But that's made with that chocolate bar that you like.
Mmm. The salty one or just regular?
The salty one.
Oh, that's so good.
Right? Chocolate salted mousse.
Mm-hmm.
I know you had some reservations in your mind about it when I initially told you about trying to incorporate that salted bar into something.
Yeah, I was really curious how it would play out. But, you know, chocolate and salt work really well together.
Right. And it didn't deflate the mousse at all. So
no. Yeah, that would have been the salt and the egg white reaction.
Right. But since you basically make a ganache, like a looser ganache, and then you temper your eggs with a hot ganache, your egg yolk, and then you fold in your whipped egg white, and then your whipped heavy cream.
Ooh, I saw one with egg yolk. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, egg white, so it's stiffen up more than
so the
yolk.
the egg yolk gives you the custard-like smoothness.
Gotcha. Did you bring one of your Frisbees?
Huh?
Is this one of your Frisbees?
No, that's just one of those cheap Walmart plates that I used to cover up the layer between the cakes so they didn't sit on top of each other.
Oh, perfect. I was like, this looks like a pretty large Frisbee for frothing. Hey, relax, okay? We're all here. Everybody's good.
I happen to think that you'd be really good at Frisbee golf. I know you don't trust your own skills out there, but I think you'd be pretty good at it. The women's game in Frisbee is pretty lucrative right now, and if you got any ounce of athletic skill and you can go out there and throw, You have a chance at making some really good money on the women's professional circuit right now.
I could throw, but I don't think I could aim.
Right.
But
that's all learned. Problem. The aiming part's learned.
Do you know how to aim? Do you know how to aim? Yeah, aim for the food.
Put our lid on and let a little steam action finish the cooking process in there, you know what I mean?
Yum, yum, yum.
And then I'm going to use that plastic plate again to let them rest once they get done cooking.
I'm going to rinse off this plate so that we can have it.
Perfect. And then I'm going to get these mushrooms ready for when the potatoes are ready to go into the oven, because we'll roast them all together on that bacon fat line sheet tray that we roasted the bacon on earlier. Yummy. Bacon fat roasted potatoes and mushrooms. Sounds pretty numbers, doesn't it, Odin?
Is that 100%?
He's like, enough talking, let's get to the eating.
Yeah, he's like, when does that happen?
He's like, I was under the impression that I was going to be fed the entire time.
Yeah, he's got that impression in a lot of cases.
Oh, yeah, that looks great. Let's go ahead and bring our plate over so we can just not drip everywhere. And then we're going to let those rest while we get the other two working. Sorry it's getting a little smoky in here, guys. It's the bacon.
Bacon.
We like to cook with bacon. And we're going to do an obligatory wipe down.
Have to, because the splattering.
Plus, we like to keep Happy Girl's kitchen clean while we're cooking.
Even though I come through here and like deep clean it, because all the countertops are empty. So I'll be in here like after you leave, I'll be like, okay, and I'll like scrub
now it's going to get
everything.
really clean. So we're just cutting up our mushrooms, getting them ready to go in with our potatoes. Mushrooms shrink a little bit, so it might look like a lot, but when it's done cooking, it's not gonna end up being a whole lot.
And they'll be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Little sponges to soak up all that bacon fat.
That is correct, ma'am. Now, since the pan's cooled down a little bit, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit and bring it close to Odin.
Woo. Yeah, you got bacon mince for me. He's like,
I see you staring at me, dude.
He's like, already had some with Mom?
But you want some with Uncle Jason.
He's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, this is good. Like this a lot?
Unfortunately, Odin, if you want more, I'll have to cook you another batch. Because this is about to get chopped up to go.
He's like, you might have to, because Mom only shared one bite with me. And I need like 15. I need my own slices.
So we're just going to take our little rack that we use to keep the bacon off the sheet tray so it can get nice and crispy. And I'm just going to spray it down with a little hot water to run some of that grease off before I go in and clean it better later. And we'll give these guys a flip. Rotation. Okay, so we've got a bacon grease laden pan right there, guys. I hope you can see that.
Beautiful golden juice.
Yep. right there. And once our potatoes come out of the water, we'll toss them in that grease with the mushrooms and some salt and this other bacon right here. Actually, we'll save that bacon off to the side and put it on as soon as it's done. And just so we don't get any ideas. Sorry, I gotta put this behind a paywall, Odin. I know.
He's like, yeah, probably a good idea.
I'm gonna keep eye contact with you so you're not looking at the bacon.
He's like, awkward.
You're good, man. We're gonna have a staring contest here, bro. Who's gonna go
like,
first?
As long as that bacon's there, I will win.
You looked away first. I win. I win. You got distracted by your mom.
Him.
You got distracted by mommy. Haha.
Hobo says, did he miss the pajama party memo?
These aren't pajamas, bro. These are just band skate pants. I'm rocking my disc golf pants today, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I like to stay comfortable and fashionable out there on the disc golf course.
I'm still in my gym clothes.
Yeah, we kept it cash today.
Yeah. As if we just came back from the farmer's market with our little...
Right.
You know,
it's summertime. It's like 90-some degrees out, 95 degrees on the drive over here, guys.
Yeah. I'm not wearing a suit. Not today.
Yeah. Colorado finally got hot.
Yeah.
After being in the 70s for the perfect amount of time.
Yes. And then now it's summertime.
Right.
In
it's
the
official.
city. Odie needs to work on his tan. Even out him tan lines.
Okay. And as we can see, our potato water is already boiling, guys. That fast. Yay.
Stop.
I know, Odin. We're going to go a little salt in the water for our potatoes. I like to salt my water for the potatoes so it gets the flavor of the salt all the way through, kind of like pasta. There are some people out there that prefer to salt their potatoes afterwards. And you can do that. That's all up to you if you want. It's a personal taste. My personal preference is to get that salty flavor all through the potato. So I cook it in water that's salty like the sea. Let's turn that down a little bit. And we'll give those guys a little boink boink. Boink boink here and a boink boink there. I think our lamb skewers are ready for resting. So we're just going to let them do their thing over there.
He's like, the bacon bins? Are we doing anything with the bacons? No?
We're saving those bacon bits, Odin.
Wow. Hobo said they went from 107 to 8 inches of rain in an hour.
Wow, dude. Florida. You gotta love it.
Yeah. What part of Florida is he in?
Southwest Florida, right in between Sarasota and Naples.
Okay.
Where all the retirees go to stay wasted all the time.
But not Margaritaville?
It is. It's very Jimmy Buffett lifestyle there, man. Very Jimmy Buffett lifestyle. And in fact, when I was in elementary school, we were doing this this play that was dedicated to quote unquote great people of Florida history, and Jimmy Buffett was one of those people. And they had kids singing, you know, "Cheeseburger in Paradise," which is basically just a song about getting wasted all day long.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, like it's good to like get little kids on that get wasted lifestyle right in elementary school. Like, hey, we're just gonna get drunk and get wasted. Wanna go fish me my beer, kid? Sorry, it's so smoky in here.
Oh,
if you want to open up that,
he's being fine with it.
Okay.
I'll crack it though. A little.
I don't think it's affecting the stream at all.
No. It is pretty
in fact, if anything, it's just adding mystery to the whole thing.
Yes. This is an illusion.
So guys, I'm just going to go on a little bit of a rant because one of my favorite movie franchises has a sequel. Okay, has a sequel coming out, and you know, Michael Bay has has a habit of like taking a franchise that you love and like ruining it for some reason. He just can't help himself. And this time he's doing it to his most beloved franchise, the Bad Boys franchise. And you know, when they decided that they were going to do a third Bad Boys movie, they decided that they were going to do 3 and 4. But they decided that they were going to name the third movie Bad Boys for Life and name the fourth movie Bad Boys Ride or Die, when I think that the best choice for the series would have been to name the third one Bad Boys Ride or Die and then name the last one Bad Boys for Life. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. You know, if you support my Bad Boys movie naming, you know, theme versus theirs. Yo, rest in peace, Jimmy. So we're going to check our potatoes. I don't think they're quite done yet, but we'll give them a little check here. I don't want to get them overdone and get them mushy in there. I kind of just want them to just break apart when I get it out. Eat it.
Well, remember, they're reds, though, so they're the preferred potato salad potatoes, so they shouldn't get too much.
Right. But if you just forget about them for a little too long, especially when they're cut small like that.
Yeah, then they go straight to mashers.
Yep.
Odin.
They'll go past the point of no return.
Odin.
Just use the lid and give them a little drain. Had a tater stuck in the lid.
There's a...
Oh, I saw that. I thought I could do it without messing up something and making another thing dirty.
Fair enough. Odin.
So we've got our potatoes in that bacon grease. We're adding our mushrooms to the party. We're going to sprinkle a little more salt on there because we got the mushrooms in there now. And I'm going to glove up for safety and for fun. And then we'll give those guys a little toss in our bacon fat. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. Wish you could check this out. Wish you were here to smell, taste, get the full effect, but you'll just have to trust us that it's wonderful.
Odin is just being such a ham right now.
You're the star of the show, bro. Okay, it's Odin live with Chef Beardman and Happy Girl Mantra.
Pretty much. I wish you could see his little face.
We can.
It's just like.
That's beautiful.
It almost looks like he's talking.
He's so well behaved, guys. He's not. A lot of other dogs might just like jump the gun and go for it, but Odin stays well behaved.
It's like my mom is right there. She will be my bite so fast. Oh my gosh.
So I've already got the oven up to 375, and we're just going to throw those in the oven for a little bit, guys, and let those get a little roasty toasty. And you know what? I think while we're letting those potatoes roast up, we might just indulge
in some salad.
I'm gonna call an audible. That's a sports term, right? That's what they say in sports balls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would a plate work, or do you want a bowl?
Plate's perfect. And those little plates are beautiful.
Yeah, calling an audible is where, like, in game you switch up and you're like, we're gonna do something completely different.
Guys, I know what sports ball terms are. I intentionally make fun of sports because I am not a fan of organized sports myself. But you know, I play disc golf and I'll watch it professionally. But other professional sports, let's just say I'm not down with. Oop. I thought I was going to have a little bit more grab than it did. I'm trying to find those radishes. There you are, buddy. I want to get you in the party. Salad.
Odie gets what he wants and when he wants it, pretty much.
Oh yeah, man. He's the one in charge here. Don't let anything fool you about that.
He's like 100%. I'm so glad that you understand this.
He's a good boy. So we've got all our veggies here. We got some radishes, some cucumbers, those heirloom tomatoes, all the fun bits that Happy Girl got us from the farmer's market. Which farmer's market was that, Happy?
I went to the Louisville Farmer's Market right here on Front Street in Louisville, Colorado.
And not to put you on the spot, but I want to be honest with our people watching. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate that farmer's market? Honest opinion.
It's a highly rated farmer's market. If you're going there for veg, if you're going there for produce, it's pretty awesome. Meat-wise, no. Meat-wise, you got to get there, they said, like within the first hour. By the end of the day, I got there at noon, which was the last hour. I thought it went till 2. And all that was left was ground pork and beef, which is fine, but right. You want, fun cuts of meat. Yeah,
if you want like a whole cut or like a ribeye or something like that.
Exactly.
Probably want to be one of the first people there at the farmer's market. And that's probably going to go for any farmer's market that you go to, guys.
Yeah.
Whichever state you live in, whichever farmer's market you're going to, you're probably going to want to be the first one in line there if you want to get, the best cuts of the meat programs that they have there,
and
if they offer it.
Completely understandable. Do we want to sit and eat or do you want to stand and eat?
I'll stand and eat, so that way we don't have to move any cameras around.
Okay, I'll come over here with you.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Cheers.
Cheers. Bon appetit. That is a good tomato.
That's a beautiful tomato.
And just a light dressing. Nothing too heavy, nothing too fancy. It lets the vegetable really come through. And you get the most health benefits from it. And
oh, yeah.
It's not like one of those heavy laden dressings that's going to add a ton of like saturated fat calories to it either. It's a nice, just light drizzle. Maybe that whole salad had like 2 tablespoons of olive oil in it and maybe 3 tablespoons of vinegar. So, because I like to make it really punchy. Oh, my little brother's on.
Yeah, he said so. The meat's good, just can't count on it.
Right.
Yeah. It's the highest rated farmer's market in Colorado at the time, and it had a great selection.
It just depends on the time of day you get there.
Even the florist was like down to 2 bouquets by the time I got there.
Oh, wow. You don't want a carrot, you want bacon, don't you?
Yeah, he's like, screw your carrot. You should see how many vegetables are on the floor right now.
Oh, from earlier? Well, I was trying to give him carrots earlier today. They're all over there, probably.
Oh, no, those are good. But once you started working with meat, anything that I've tried to give him,
oh.
No trash can. Island today.
Yeah. The good old stand and eat. It's actually they say it's better for you to stand and eat than it is to be in a seated position. Definitely better. You don't want to eat like in a reclined position.
No.
That's definitely a no-no. Don't be eating full dinners in your Barca Lounger.
No.
Or your Lazy Boy. That's a good way to choke out.
Yeah, and please drink water.
Just
a little bit.
Especially this summertime. Oh, speaking of which, drinks.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for reminding me. I brewed some of that fun PT, blue PT, and we're going to lime juice it up and change colors magically before your all eyes.
It goes from blue to purple.
Through the magic of television.
Abracadabra!
Let the transformation begin.
This is the way.
Boom. This is the way.
Might still have to drink tea.
Huh. He's talking about drinking water. He's not a water drinker. He's a diuretic, bro. It doesn't really like caffeinated tea is a diuretic. It doesn't really satisfy your thirst all the way through.
Herbal tea is much better.
Yes. Herbal teas for the win, yo.
Mm-hmm.
For you. Cheers.
Oh, then you're so cute.
I needed to drink something, guys. I get caught up in the whole cooking process whenever I start prepping, and I'll let myself go hours without drinking water, which is not good for you, especially for your kidneys. And then I just down
all of it,
all the water at one time,
and then you're peeing for the next 5 hours straight.
Yep. Exactly. So do better than I do. Don't live like me. Well, he'll die if he drinks water, I guess. Remember, don't be that soda person that's sitting there drinking soda exclusively all day, every day.
Oh, yeah.
I'm grabbing one of those radishes and putting it in the dressing.
Good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I bet even the turnip would be tasty. Yeah. Even got some scampies left.
I'll split it with you.
Yeah.
That radish is spicy.
Did you finally get one?
Yes.
I have a friend that calls radishes white people peppers because he can't handle how spicy they are.
Really?
He's like, I don't know what's up with these red things being spicier than a pepper. Like, I'm white. I thought this was supposed to be good for me.
That's a different kind of heat. It's not capsaicin based like chili peppers are.
It's more like watercress, right?
Yeah. And
or not watercress, horseradish.
Yeah, but on for me, it doesn't even register on my spice level.
I think of it as like a arugula, peppery, just like mild but beautiful. There are some that are like, wow, was not expecting that level.
Right.
But even then, it's usually the more round ones. My personal favorite radish is a watermelon radish.
Oh, yes. Those are beautiful.
I love those.
Let's take a look at our potatoes, guys. Maybe give them a little rotation on in the oven.
You can pull it out. I got that camera on.
That's okay. I just wanted to give it a peek. We're not quite there yet. And we still have a little bit of salad to serve when we have our skewers. So yum yum in the tum-tums, guys. We got a lively chat going on.
Your brother said his buddy Steve put himself in the hospital drinking Mountain Dew.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
He carried a 2-liter like it was his own personal bottle. Yeah.
Yep.
I would do it.
Sounds right.
Mountain Dew is so bad for you.
Yeah, it is.
So bad.
It's got the worst of the fake colors.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For ADHD and autistics, it's, the worst. And super highly addictive. It even decreases fertility.
Boy. Then how all them rednecks be having babies still?
I don't think it's theirs. I'm just going to be honest. You know, I lived in Florida for a good chunk of time. Ain't nobody faithful. I don't
Right.
think that it's those.
Because when I was a little kid growing up, one of my aunties made this thing called Mountain Dew cake.
What? I've
And
had chocolate cake with Coca-Cola in it.
so what she would do is she would make a yellow cake mix, right, in like the glass square,
Yeah.
and then poke it, and she would mix gelatin. She'd take a lime jello packet, and instead of the water, she'd mix Mountain Dew into that lime jello packet and pour it over the cake and let that lime Mountain Dew gelatin set into the cake. And
After
then
the cake's cooked.
yeah, after the cake's cooked.
So almost like a mountain dulce de leche.
You're right.
What did the cake taste like? What
And
was
then
the texture
that's
with
not
the
only
gelatin?
that's not even the best part.
Oh, okay.
She would take powdered sugar and Mountain Dew and make frosting from the Mountain Dew and put that on top of the cake. So it was like an all Mountain Dew cake.
That would just be an icing.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But what was the texture of the cake with all that gelatin? Or was it Jello?
It was Jello.
Jello.
It was lime Jello. That instead of using the water, she would use Mountain Dew as the liquid.
But how did it set into the cake, or did it not?
It did. It just absorbed.
Oh.
The cake absorbed it like you would, like when you pour syrup over a baklava.
Gotcha. Okay.
The cake just acts as a sponge and.
Oof. Interesting. Was it good?
I mean, it was a sugar bomb for a little kid, so of course we loved it.
Everybody says it's good.
Mountain Dew cake, man. That's one of the things that I don't want to bring back.
Yes, I heard that too. So I went to dinner for my boyfriend's birthday on Sunday, and his cousin was there, and she was talking about Dr. Pepper and said that it's barbecue water.
Yeah.
And then Poble's, Steve-O, right?
Yep.
He said that somebody said it's barbecue Sprite.
Yeah. That's how we used to cook our ribs, was braise them in Dr. Pepper.
I've definitely made Coca-Cola and root beer barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Dr. Pepper being good.
Yeah.
But I think people forget that why Dr. Pepper is so weird is because it's prune juice.
Right.
Is one of the top ingredients.
Well, I mean, so back in the day,
my friend Jared, the flight attendant you met,
mm-hmm.
he totally would try the Sprite cake or the Mountain Dew cake.
I bet. It sounds great when you like at first, and then you eat it, and you're like, "Well, my teeth are literally rotting while I eat it."
And if you're an ADHD, you're like, "Why am I bouncing off the walls all of a sudden?"
Like, why'd you put me in this situation where I'm like over the top now?
Yeah, like
I can't even control myself.
Is this a different kind of substance? Because what is happening?
My cousins had a trampoline at their place, and yeah, when I was a little kid, I'd just get on that thing and literally jump on it till I would puke.
Well, apparently, and New York Jared could speak on this, rebounding is good for a lot of things, like the trampoline jumping.
Mm-hmm.
Women use it for lymphatic drainage and just to kind of like keep things moving. And then his nephew has a trampoline that just keeps him so occupied.
But you got one of those places right down the road from here.
The Bounce Empire?
Yeah.
It's not trampolines. It's giant bouncy houses.
Oh,
In
okay.
fact, a friend I know works there, and he is like so stoked about it. He bought shares with the company. They were just on 9 News, I think 9 News or one of the local channels. And I was watching the little clip on his social media, and like they have DJs. They had a Britney impersonator doing performance in there.
Oh wow.
The restaurant actually has like good food.
Wow.
Like
okay.
It has like elk ribs. And like fancy mac and cheese.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh, because it is expensive. It's $150 a person to go jump.
Whoa.
$75 to watch.
What? Dang.
And all it is what I don't know. I haven't actually been, but all I'm assuming it is just this warehouse space full of moonwalkers and bounce houses in like a theme.
Yeah.
Like I think right now there's a giant Cthulhu in there.
Ooh.
And
fun.
He's like, anytime you want to come in, just come on in. I was like, dude, not for $150.
Right.
And he's like, you're an influencer. I'll get you in on the house. I'm like, bet. So now I need to find some cute girls to go so that we can definitely get in for free and make some fun videos and reels and stuff.
Right. That'd be a fun trip.
New York Jared says he's done Dr. Pepper barbecue pulled pork.
Yep.
That sounds delicious. I've done a lot more Coca-Cola infused cooking and Sprite, but I cannot remember. I want to say the Sprite was a cake. I'm pretty sure it was a white cake, and we put like a Sprite soak.
Okay.
And then frosted it, and it was just like almost like a lemon lime cake, loosely.
Ooh, that sounds delightful.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are the taters looking?
They're ready. They're not like brown and crispy, but they're cooked all the way through and perfect right now. And since we're coming up on 6:30, I wanted to kind of just go ahead and get everything rolling.
Yeah.
Get some taters and mushrooms in the bowl for us.
Odin's like, yes, please. I love taters and shroomies.
Like, did you just say food, Doc?
He's like, I'm so into this, all of it. Like, clog my arteries. Let's go. I don't need them. Ooh. Yeah. Pork and I are not friends either, but I make sacrifices for bacon and pork belly. It's the same thing.
Which is just uncured bacon.
Yeah. The better.
Hey, oh, now you're getting close, aren't you, buddy?
He's like, just a little bit. Everybody admire the feats. Feats, 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 feats. Hey, hey. He's like, was distracted with my feats.
And then earlier, guys, I made some tzatziki on Happy Girl's Twitch stream.
Yes.
And I added a little cornichon to our tzatziki. Some little French dill pickles.
I was not expecting it to be good. It's good.
It's willy good. And then I'm just gonna grab a few tomatoes to put in there with us.
Are you done with this?
Yes. And if you're not done, are you done with it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're kidding me? I've been snacking on that for 2 hours. I'm ready for a different variety.
More variety.
More food.
Okay, so we got some options now, guys.
Yes, Steve-O. I want to get him an Only Pause. I'm trying to get him sponsored.
Just put our tzatziki right there so we can dip whenever we're ready.
Tzatziki.
It's just full of chunky cucumbers, cornichons, some mint, the yogurt, and some salt, pepper, and a little lime juice. And
Yeah, I'm the same way. Oh, 7-Up cake. Yes, your mom knows.
What's up?
7-Up cake, not
Yeah.
Sprite. But we didn't do 7-Up. We did Sprite. We're Sprite. We're a Coca-Cola family. This one's for me?
That's for you.
Okay.
That's for me.
Come on over. We're going to do the old switcheroo.
Oh, snap.
Bacon!
More bacon. And then some for Odin, too. Hey, Odin.
He's like, yes, please. Bacon
Odin.
mince for me? Yeah, perfect.
There you go, my boy.
And this one's off, so I'm just gonna remove it.
Oh, cool.
But the picture-in-picture might end up blocking your face, so we might have to.
No, because I'm just going to scooch over closer to you.
Okay, cool. It's catching up.
And then I was watching it through that one. So I wouldn't.
Here, you need more. Was there any more of the tea?
Not limed up, but, or was it? Yeah, it is lined
A little
up.
bit, yeah.
I didn't lime up just the cups. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. Need you to stay hydrated. Working so hard over here.
He says Jared says he's done that cake with all kinds of sodas.
I believe it. I just knew that there was like a lemon lime soda cake. And I couldn't think what it was.
Well, now it's not Sierra Mist anymore. What's it called now?
Mountain Mist.
No,
or maybe that's the
new Pepsi Lemon Lime. They renamed it.
Oh, I don't know.
I forget. I don't keep up with all that stuff in the soda world anymore.
Yeah, me either. I haven't had soda in like a year.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Yay, lamb skewer.
Oh, what?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know he wants some.
Mm-hmm.
Get some of those taters and mushrooms. Oh, Starry. Yep. Steve got it. It's called Starry now.
Mm.
Like, you don't have to update.
Because it tastes like TV static.
Right. Hello, Auden. How you like it?
I've had the lamb skewer so far. It's very good. Mm. Potatoes are good too.
Mm-hmm.
Nice
You're
and
baking fat, right? Yeah. See, you wouldn't get that way if you added the salt afterwards. You just wouldn't. You'd be like, I don't taste it all the way through.
Yeah, exactly. You would get bites of salt.
Right.
And then mush of potato.
Mm-hmm.
This is like,
And that is why we salt our potato water, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when we're doing things like potato salad, mashed potato. Well, you might be able to get away with it more with mashed potatoes since you're completely breaking the potato apart and then you're whipping the salt into it.
Mm-hmm.
You can get away with that. But when you're doing things like a potato salad, where you're not gonna, it's only gonna hit the surface of the potato after you salt it. If you don't salt the water, you're never gonna get that full level.
Right. Right.
It's never gonna taste just right.
But on the flip side, remember, potato is a fantastic way to desalinate.
Right, to save your butt if you oversalted something.
Especially your sauces and soups.
Throw a chunk of potato in there and it'll soak up your salt problem.
Yeah. Had to give the Odie cakes something to nibble on.
Oh, for sure. Those potatoes are really tasty.
They're so good.
And potatoes don't have to be like hash brown crispy to be tasty, guys. You can still just get them to that perfect, like, little over al dente.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where you can use the roof of your mouth to completely, like, just mash it. That's how I like to describe the how far you take it as far as cooking goes.
I like at this texture, and then I would have put them in the pan
and crisp them up.
Crisp up the edges so that they have like, but when I do it, I keep adding butter so that they don't actually stay crispy. They have this like perfectly poached.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, didn't stop.
It's like a Joel Robuchon poached potato.
Yeah, I guess.
Joel Robuchon was famous for like the mashed potato that was like equal parts potato and butter.
Mm.
Where that order of mashed potato was literally made to order by shoving the cooked potato through the tamis
Mm-hmm.
and then folding in the butter to it in equal parts.
Rising it to order. Odin,
Mm-hmm.
Enough.
Yeah, they have these huge like metal rims with a super fine mesh on the bottom of it. So you have like this large surface where you can just get your...
Oh, you brought one here once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of those outstanding dinners we did poached shrimp and something. Sorry, it's
I know.
seawater.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, poach the shrimp in their own water.
I don't have anything.
I spoiled him by giving him bacon bits. Now he just wants bacon bits all the time.
Oh, he's just spoiled because he knows that he can have whatever he wants.
Right. Like, mommy will just give me what I want, guys. You sure that seawater from Boca Grande was, like, healthy enough to do that, Steve-O? Just laughing. You couldn't do that with Charlotte Harbor water, that's for sure.
Or any water in California.
Mm-mm.
That's just so nasty.
I like a nice chunky tzatziki.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, I was surprised. I've always shredded my cucumber in.
I do too usually, but I didn't have the shredder. I didn't want to dirty yours.
Mm.
So I just decided to do like a little, fine Brunoise dice on it. See
It's
how
easy enough on a cucumber.
Right. Match it up with the pickle so the pickle and the cucumber are the same size.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tzatziki with cucumbers 2 ways.
Mm-hmm. The two-way cucumber tzatziki. Huh. Steve-O had the Joel Robuchon potatoes in Vegas. One guy made them all night. That was his only job.
I could see that being a thing.
He said they were almost like cotton candy.
Ooh. Mm.
So basically all this, guys, is just like a dress rehearsal for the chocolate cake.
Mm-hmm.
We're just getting Happy Girl all revved up and getting her tummy all ready for chocolate cake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She might not even hit up that second skewer because she wants to save room for chocolate cake.
I'll eat it later.
Yeah, exactly.
No food goes to waste in this house, tell you what.
But there are priorities, as they say.
And when somebody makes you a chocolate mousse cake from scratch,
Mm-hmm.
Plus, when we demolded it,
Mm-hmm.
I ate all of that mousse.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Perfection. Oh, you're gonna eat your snacks now? Good boy.
And I'm not even a pastry chef, guys. I just do it for fun.
And it's salted chocolate mousse.
Mm-hmm. I use a salted chocolate bar that has no soy emulsifiers in it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep. Yeah, nowhere is safe. There's microplastics everywhere.
Literally every inch of the planet now.
Even in
The deepest.
men's
Yep. Oh, yes, sperm.
reproduction parts.
Yep. Yep. It's everywhere. Can't get away from it.
Mm-mm.
We've doomed ourselves. And we really have no idea what the lasting effects will be.
Nope. Because we'll be dead before there's any research to do it.
Right?
And not because of this stuff, but because of just like Earth being a floating ball in space.
Right. Yum yums. Okay, so I have to not finish that in order to be able to have room for cake, guys. It's so good. Because I did, you guys didn't probably see it, but I ate a little bit of that hummus too.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't all. I won't let Happy take credit for demolishing that bowl of hummus. I had help in eating it too.
I tried to eat it all.
Hmm.
I just want to finish these potatoes and then we can switch to cake.
It is cake time. Oh, there's a burp.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. She brought the plates over and everything for me, guys. Thank you, cherries. Okay, so we're on
You're on that
that
one.
one. Okay. Cutting into our cake.
Grandma's spoon is yellow now.
Yeah, that happens every once in a while. It'll take a couple washes to get it out.
That turmeric.
Yep. It does come out eventually, but it just has to go through. Nope.
Odin.
I got it. Haha, you thought you were quicker than me, but you weren't, buddy boy.
Can't have chocolate. It's very dangerous, okay, Bubba? He's like, I crush chocolate left and right.
He's like, I've eaten protein bars that have more chocolate than that.
Yeah.
And scared mama.
Uh-huh. And then had mint squirts the rest of the night.
Right? Okay, so.
Which, unfortunately, are not scented. That would have made it a lot better. I don't know if you mean you just finished having mashed potatoes or protein bars, because it's a little laggy in the
chat.
But yeah.
I'm not putting the cake away. I'm leaving it right out so we can get more if you want.
Okay, good.
I'm back.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, let's try one of these cherries, because I'm not a big cherry person, so I want to try them macerated. They're in vanilla and...
Just vanilla. Oh boy. You're gonna fall in love with me on that cake.
Did you have it with the cherry?
I did. I tried it.
Okay.
Aren't you a good combo?
That's so good. Odin. Oh, yummy. Because I realized cherries are stone fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And I like peaches, plums, pull-outs, flutes,
Nectarines.
nectarines. I love all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like...
That's just a baby stone fruit.
And they're sometimes tart.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always looking for a fruit that's not just sweet.
Right.
Like, I don't want a grape that's too sweet.
Right.
I want strawberries. I want wild blueberries. Mm-hmm. Odin. Odin's like, I want the food.
A good cake.
Mm-hmm. I changed my mind. Our matching tattoos will be cake.
What's that?
Our matching tattoos will be a slice of cake.
Okay. Bet. That'll make me happier than... I'm not going to even mention what we said earlier on a different stream because I don't want to riot the chat up.
Colorado Jared. He's such a ham. He's like, I just finished having some microplastics. Hey, if you can't beat them, join them, right?
Right.
For a while, we just have to become a microplastic.
Then we'll go off into outer space and infect other planets with microplastics too.
Which is what I think aliens are. I think it's us coming back to warn us of our evil ways and being like, do you not see how freaking scary we look?
Right.
Stay here. Make this place work. I'm so bummed that we look so good here and we just lose a little bit here.
It's probably from the Wi-Fi, maybe.
Too many devices.
Or it's because YouTube limits the
compression.
Yeah, the compression.
Oh, you guys know.
Don't make me say that. I'm not saying it out loud, guys.
Right? Your brothers nailed it. When we're gone, they'll be just tiny. Instead of folded piles of clothes, it'll be tiny piles of microplastics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, could you imagine if the bodies exhibit was now?
Right.
How they'd be like, oh, we had to flush out like a pound of microplastics from this person's bloodstream.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Mm.
I'd eat just a bowl of that mousse.
So the recipe that I used for the mousse, it was 4 of those chocolate bars.
Uh-huh.
So 8 ounces of chocolate. 3 eggs separated. The yolks were combined with some of that vanilla paste that I have instead of using sugar, and whipped that till it was smooth. The egg yolks were smooth, and brought a cup and a half of heavy cream to a simmer, and then poured it over the chopped chocolate bars to make a ganache. And then once I made that ganache and it was still warm, I poured that warm ganache over the egg yolks to temper the egg yolk. And then I set that mix aside and let it set in the fridge till it got cool to the touch. And when it did, I whipped my egg whites and my heavy cream to stiff peaks, folded in the egg whites into the chocolate egg yolk mix. And then once that was folded, incorporated in, I folded the whipped cream into it too. Put it into a plastic bag, let it chill for 4 hours, baked my cake, let it chill, cut my cake, and then layered it. And then put it in the freezer overnight.
Delicious. Those cherries are so good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might like cherries.
You might be a cherry person now.
I've been drinking tart cherry juice for
a long time, right?
Like a year. I do a shot of it. You do shots of it with me.
Mm-hmm.
I have immune shots for us today.
Oh, sweet. And now you can be a whole cherry person. Instead of just the juice drinker,
I really like the yellow pink ones.
The Rainier cherries.
Those are so good.
Yeah.
Those are like the perfect tart.
Yeah. Those are like what I like to call sweet tart.
Which I love.
Steve was going to say matching finger lightsabers. Those tattoos. Yes.
But he's a Trekkie.
So
he likes both, but he's a Trekkie.
I am both, but I do lean towards Star Trek over Star Wars. Yeah. But when I was a kid, before Happy Girl was even introduced to Star Wars, I was reading Star Wars novels of the expanded universe where it was Luke's great-great-grandson, Cade Skywalker.
Oh, yeah.
Off into the far future of the universe.
The John Carpenter books? Was that the John Carpenter books?
No, it was. I forget who wrote those, but they did comics and light novels for kids, all based in the Star Wars universe that went thousands of years into the future past the events of the original movies.
Oh, fascinating.
So, and tens of thousands of years into the past.
Oh, yeah. I've
of the
seen
Star Wars stuff. Like the High Republic era stuff.
All the
Great Sith War era stuff, you know.
I've seen all 4 of the Wookiee movies.
Yeah. Like when back in the day when they first developed lightsabers, they used to have battery packs that they carried on their hips and they were wired. You know. So, I mean, there's lore, and I'm nerdy enough to know all that stuff and have read all that stuff, and it's in there. It's just that I have phasers. No, we're not getting matching phaser tattoo. She doesn't even like Star Trek. Well, I mean, you might. I don't know if we ever talked about that.
I've watched it. I don't know enough about it, but I've definitely enjoyed. Like, I've seen a couple of seasons. I don't know why I'm thinking Battlestar Galactica, because that's not it. But there was
Next Generation?
Yes, those. I've seen those. I was like, they were a specific type.
Did you ever watch any of the original Cruise movies? Like Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, Voyage Home.
I'm pretty sure because I was excited when they remade them.
Right.
And I thought they were well done, but I don't know enough about the Trek universe to know if they were on par.
We don't talk about the J.J. Abrams movies, you know. Oh, he's talking to my little brother.
Oh.
Next Gen, yeah, Jared grew up on that. Me too. I mean, when Next Generation first came out in '89, I was 10 years old. So, I mean, that was one of my first. That was my Trek TV show. I mean, growing up, I had always watched the original series on like Nick at Night with my grandma and stuff like that, and of course, we watched all the Star Trek movies. But Next Generation was like my Star Trek. It came out when I was 10. It was a crew that no one else knew, and I got to know along with everyone else. And you know, there's nothing else like having your own Star Trek crew. Huh. It was his too, yeah, Jared. That's right. Data was our Spock. You know. Yes, Voyage Home.
Data was awesome. I do like Data.
You know.
Odin's stress yawning because he's not getting any food, and we're talking about movies. He's worked himself up to a heavy pout.
Jared, he's only a little bit behind me. Yeah, he was 6 when it was coming on.
Yeah, he just turned.
Yep.
So what? 2 years under you?
Yeah. No, 5.
Really?
I turned 45 in August.
I thought you were only 42.
No,
I'm about to be 43.
No, I turned 45 in August. I'm still looking this smooth too. You know?
Fantastic. I'll be 38.
No kids, son. That's what this does. No kids keeps you looking fresh,
and
not haggard.
Alcohol.
Yeah, and no booze too. Yeah, I don't look all haggard and like worn out because of no booze and no kids, guys. Clean living, you know. Oh no. We don't. Nemesis was the worst of the Star Trek Next Generation movies, but still better than the J.J. Abrams movies. Okay, and because we don't talk about Benedict Cumberbatch being Khan. Okay, so Khan Union Singh is an Indian character from the country of India, and they picked the most British white guy to play that character.
And all they know about India is the food.
Right.
And how to butcher it.
I mean, even back in the day when they were doing the original TV show and the movie Wrath of Khan, I mean, I know Ricardo Montalban isn't a person from India, but he is a person of color. So he's Hispanic. And I don't know if that gets you a pass, but at least they didn't put a white guy in that role back in the day, you know. So whatever it was, the Riker maneuver. That's my number one. That's my maneuver. You ever heard of that one?
I know what it is.
So like when you're at the bar, right, and you want to impress a lady, and it doesn't really impress the lady. So, but you know, like say you just do the old the Riker maneuver, turn the chair around, and then lift your leg over the chair and then sit down on it.
Like lift over the whole
thing? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't want to try to do that with this tall of a chair, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, that wouldn't be impressive with how tall that back is.
Like, there's this famous scene in one of the episodes of Next Generation where Riker is trying to give love advice to Wesley Crusher. I was never tall enough. As exposed to Ricardo Montalban. There was this one episode of Star Trek where Riker was teaching Wesley Crusher, the young kid on the Enterprise, about how to like be cool with the ladies. And the Whoopi Goldberg was the bartender on the Enterprise, and she was there playing the female role that Riker was role playing with. And Riker does the maneuver, and he just looks at her and goes, I want to just tell you about how beautiful your eyes are tonight and how they look like the stars shining in the galaxy. And then Wesley's like, does stuff like that work? Like really work? It just sounds kind of cheesy. And Whoopi's like, shut up, kid. Now tell me more about my eyes.
I think I've seen that turned into a reel.
Oh, probably.
Like the voiceover part of it.
Yeah. And then the most famous line, and as far as I'm concerned, in Star Trek history, is there's this episode where the Next Generation crew rescues this colony that's basically just like old school Irish people from like country Irish, and they use no technology. So
they're Amish.
Well, but like an Irish version of
that.
And think of like 16th century like Irish village type people, and they're in a like a cargo area, and they're trying to start a fire, and the alarms go off and put the fire out, and Riker comes down to like see what's going on because the alarms went off, and the daughter of the leader of the group, you know, this very attractive Irish woman, is talking to Riker, and Riker's just kind of like out of it because he's just kind of like mesmerized by her. And she goes, "What? Haven't you ever seen a real woman before?" And then Riker, without any hesitation, says the coolest line, "I thought I had." Yep. I thought I had.
Odin, you are being ridiculous. Go on the floor, walk around.
And I always thought that it would be cool to be able to like, I'm waiting for a setup from a woman to like say, like, "Haven't you ever seen a real woman before?" Thought I had.
Like, wow, now I've met you.
Throw that one out there. Do you want another slice of cake while we got it out?
Yes.
We'll eat one more slice of cake, and then we'll talk with you guys a little bit more, and then we're gonna
GTFO.
Yeah.
I want to take Odin for a little evening stroll. He can get some outside.
I'll give you more this time. More cherry. And I left some just destemmed over there for you too, so you can still have cherries for your eating pleasures later. Now, I don't know. I'm not sure about stone fruit like cherries and pups, so you might want to look that up too. I'm not sure if it's good or not for him.
Oh yeah, no, he's fine. He has blueberries and carrots, and he has more than enough.
Riker was the man. He was so on the show. You want another slice of cake would work on me.
Yeah. Pretty much. Or would you like the entire cake and a spoon? Or a slice and a spoon? I'd be like, that was good. I worked out today.
She keeps me around for the cake, guys. I've been upping the game on the cake every time, though.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like was the shaved chocolate bar on it. Because it just, I don't know. It was just missing something. A texture element.
Right.
Something. But yeah, no, this is like, I don't even need to have cake on my birthday because it's perfect.
I've perfected and now that I've figured out the whole soy lecithin-free chocolate mousse, that'll be a game changer right there. Not having to use commercial chocolate to make the chocolate mousse.
I think Baker bars are pretty safe.
Are they?
I haven't looked in a while.
I think all that stuff uses soy emulsifiers, though.
Probably. Now they're moving to sunflower lecithin and emulsifiers. I haven't really. I know I can't do sunflower oil. I like sunflower butter. Sunflower seed butter on a celery is way better than peanut butter and celery.
Yeah?
Oh my god, so much better. But I was getting rice, pre-made rice from Whole Foods, organic, gluten-free, all that stuff,
Did you
and
tell me about
sunflower seed oil.
Yep.
And like, oh man, like my mouth was just so like not even how the avocado oil is getting me. Well, I don't think it's necessarily the avocado oil. I think it's how much Chipotle I was getting because I was fine.
Right.
And then I had Chipotle Sunday and Monday, and then yesterday my mouth was a mess. So I'm gonna have to
86 them from your.
Yeah. So sorry, Colorado Jared. We're not gonna be able to have Chipotle anymore. You can. Not me.
That cake goes fast.
Mm-hmm. You need more cherries to go with it. Slow it down. But you have to properly chew them.
What?
Because doing tight.
Sneezies. Sneezies. Now he knows that bark on command and get the bacon.
If only he would sneeze on command for bacon. That'd be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. Yes.
I would give him any treat in the world if he would do his woo woo bark on command.
Oh.
Because he'll go a woo woo woo, and it's so cute.
What do you usually have to do to get him to like do that, or is it just random?
It's random, and it's usually like he's really, really excited that I'm home, or we're going to go do something.
Okay.
And Colorado Jared can speak on this because it takes me a while. I'll be like, you want to go for WLK? And it'll take me a while to get all my stuff ready for it. Sometimes he'll get so excited that he'll yell at me the whole time to keep me motivated.
Right.
And he'll just be like, oh, woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, do it again. And I always like try to get him like a treat to do it because I love it so much.
You want to associate the treat with it.
Yeah, I want to be like, woo, 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 and give him the treat. Woo, woo, woo. And it hasn't happened.
No. The timing's not right.
I also can't teach him to shake.
No shaking yet? You have to keep your paws on the ground, don't you? But I got to keep my paws on the ground.
He does all 4 paws on the ground or poses on his hind legs.
Yes. Yes. Yep. Instant coffee and chocolate. See, I don't do coffee though.
Yeah. It does help. Like a shot of espresso and a chocolate cake can really punch it up.
Yep. I just don't enjoy coffee as a flavor.
Me either.
I don't know if I ever told you the story as to why.
You go to Johnson Wales for a weekend and they told you there was chocolate cake and it was mocha.
No.
And you ate it and you were disgusted.
Gross.
No. And it was the most dry, sawdusty ass cake ever.
Ooh, that's not even good.
Sawdust.
No, when I was in high school, me and my buddy Matt, we were and his younger brother Mike, we were all the whatchamacallit. I don't want to say chaperones because it's not chaperones, but the counselors for our church's vacation Bible school for the little kids. And one morning we were getting there, setting up everything, and we went inside the kitchen church and like each made like a pot of coffee for like each of us. Ooh. And this was my first time ever drinking coffee. And I drank like a whole pot to my dome, and I got and barfed all coffee all over the place. And ever since then, coffee has not been a fun flavor for me because I associate it with that time where I drank too much. And
the only person in my life growing up that drank coffee was my dad, but he drank Folgers.
Oh, crystals, yeah, my grandma did too.
And he did a pack a day of Marlboro Golds. Let me tell you, the worst smelling breath on the face of the planet is cigarettes and coffee.
Yep. Goth breath, as we call it.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's so gross. So I never really wanted to smoke cigarettes or try coffee.
Right.
I worked for Starbucks and I tried some coffee and I was like, nope. The only coffee I've enjoyed is at the Broadmoor, down at Broadmoor Colorado Springs. I think that's the hotel down there.
Okay.
They do after dinner coffee, and it's like a really high grade. I think it's Lavazza or something equivalent.
Yeah.
It's pretty tasty.
Italian espresso kind of level.
Or Kona pea berry coffee in Hawaii. If you get it anywhere else, it's not 100% pea berry.
Right.
But that Kona Coast pea berry, it was this much coffee with just one raw sugar, and it was like drinking chocolate milk.
Oh, wow.
So good.
That's amazing.
But yeah, otherwise, I mean, I worked at Starbucks for so long, and all I ever got was tea. And they were like, man, like most people just get, because you get 2 pounds of coffee a month. And I was like, oh, well, I can ask some people that would want the coffee.
Well, you could resell it. Coffee makes a good rub on steak. Yes, it does.
Fantastic.
We used to get that Rocky Mountain steak rub, Steve-O, from Mermaid Spice that had the coffee in it.
It's also good in barbecue sauce and chili.
Oh, definitely.
And chocolate and chili, too.
No, for sure. I mean, mole sauce, right? Chocolate and chilies. Great combination. I mean, it's all from its home source. I mean, chocolate and chili peppers came from the same area, South America.
Heaven.
Oh, yeah. And then good old Marco Polo appropriated and took it all over the world. Yes. Vietnamese coffee with condensed milk is fire.
Cuban coffee is really good, too.
Yeah.
It's just pure sugar.
Turkish coffee. You know,
I've always wanted to try that, where they cook it in the sand.
Yeah. That cafe that I worked at in St. Paul, we used to do Turkish coffees. And I'd have like 6 orders of Turkish coffee going at one time, you know, while cooking omelets and stuff like that too.
How do you have the stand thing in a kitchen?
It's just it's kind of like its own burner that a pile of sand, like a container of sand, sits on.
Oh, so like
one of those
a wok, but a sand wok?
Well, you know those big pot burners that can stand alone?
Yeah.
It's like one of those, but you just put your sand thing on it.
Okay.
And then you're there like wondered. you've got the you know, the little copper handles that come out of them. You've got those in between your fingers, and you've got like 3 in each hand, and you know, you're just like doing the rotation, and then you're going over here flipping your omelet, going back over here before it spills over and doing that, flipping blah blah blah. It's like if you get like weeded out with like Turkish coffees, it can make your breakfast shift like horrible.
Oh yeah.
If everyone starts ordering Turkish coffee.
Oh my gosh.
Like, can you please stop selling the Turkish coffee while I'm trying to make all this other shit?
Yeah, but like, can you put a hold on Turkish coffee for like 5 hours?
Yeah. Just 5 minutes, please. Okay, guys, so we just finished our cake. We're going to start our cleanup here, which means we're going to let you guys go, but we thank you for joining us again on Chef Beardman Live featuring Happy Girl Mantra, and we'll see you on the next episode.
And if you're into Diablo, I'm streaming Diablo a lot more. Season 4 is awesome.
Yeah, and she's already got her character up to like the high 50s. What, 57, 58 right now?
I'm a 57 Paragon, and New York Jared is a 58 Paragon. So crushing it.
Yeah. So join them there on the Twitch stream for the Diablo 4 guys. And like I said, we'll see you next time here on Chef Beardman Live featuring Happy Girl Mantra. Peace out, guys.
Thanks for watching us eat.
Later.